Alright. Yo, what's up, guys? Fallen Sanctum here. I was kind of thrown under the bus for a cast here. I was supposed to cast at 8:30 with us, but I'm helping out a friend, so if you wanna chill and vibe, that'd be cool beans, you know? Okay, that's good enough. I'm gonna do that. I'm still waiting to see exactly where I have to go and how the hell I add this interface, because I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with it. Oh. Okay. We're gonna get the tournament code soon for the room. Yeah. I mean, I'm down for an impromptu cast. I don't. I mean, if it's IDM, am I casting Hyperion? Because if I'm casting Hyperion, at least I know like half the teams that are playing. Yo, what's up, guys? How we doing? And won't be too long. It's been a while since I've been thrown under the bus for a cast. I mean, the last time was I was supposed to get a cast for a TFT tournament. Up until like the day before the tournament, I had a co-caster, and then suddenly I had to like cast alone with like little to no knowledge of the set. Because my expert had a last minute issue, and it was like what the Jamali, you know. You know, it's funny. It took me this long to join the IDM Discord. Because this is like ISM plus Deathmark Esports. We're supposed to get a pop-up soon. So once we get it, we got something done. So apologies if there's not much to see or do or look at on the screen right now. Oh, who am I adding? Hello. Deletix is adding me on Discord. Hmm? I'll recopy it just to be certain. Oh. Well, this looks like exactly the same code, but we'll retry it. There we go. I think that works. Hola. There we go. Give me a second. Channel this, do that, this. So who's playing? Yeah, I got it. Yeah. All right, sir. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay, so now to figure out how the hell do I use this overlay? Let's see. I want to add something. Chat displays chatters on screen. Game capture browser. So no. I have no idea what I'm looking at. Alright, give me a second. Ooh, it's already started. Bam. Ooh, okay. So some high level shit. So we got the Basil Tornadoes versus face keyboard. Alright, let me just adjust. There we go. I got ping? Question mark? Yeah. Alright, so we got... Oh, wow, okay. So let me just get into the bands. Ooh, okay. So we got Cassiopeia Thresh Sejuani. We got Caitlyn Zyra Wukong. First pick Neferi on blue side. And follow that up with a solid Yon Ezreal pick. The Singe is a little bit confusing, but I guess it's the top lane specialty. So you wouldn't pick such a wonky donkey. You wouldn't pick such a wonky donkey top lane so early, but maybe it's just good into the Gwen, since the Neferi's more than likely gonna be the jungler. So yeah, we're banning out Rel. This is gonna be Kai'Sa versus Ezreal. As always, Kai'Sa picked into the Ezreal because late game she can just dive in on him. And Gwen, just a solid blind pick. So maybe this Singe has good play patterns into Gwen. I'm not gonna lie. I know of 9-pack and that one like Brazilian streamer that plays Singe. Other than that, I have no idea why this champion is playing. Yo, welcome, Pitsy Machantors. How we all doing today? Let me just slam my Twitch link in a few places while we get this stuff done. I'm a little bit late. That's this, and then of course we got this, and alright, so we're gonna be banning a lot of supports here. Looks like we're taking Rakan and Rel off the board. We took Poppy and Karma off the board as well. Looking to get a Seraphine. Interesting. Now, normally you don't blind pick the Seraphine, but assuming unless this Neferi is going mid and Yon was the counter pick to it, I don't know why we're leaving jungle to last pick. Unless there's like a crucial reason to have the jungle counter pick. There's still like a lot of the good stuff open on the table, so not too sure. Okay, Alistair gonna be the lock-in here versus Seraphine. Mainly played because you can cleanse the Encore to continue the combo, getting on the Yone or trying to get on the Ezreal. Seraphine's amazing at a disengage, and it's... Okay, so it's Sylas mid, Naafiri jungle, Gwen top, I think, unless it's like... I don't... Okay, so it's Pantheon jungle. Okay, Pantheon versus Naafiri jungle, and it's gonna be Sylas versus Yone. Singe versus Gwen, and Kaisa Ali versus Ezreal Seraphine. Alrighty. Well, I mean, this looks like an interesting draft. Is Fearless? Alright. Alright, sounds good. Just getting the information out of the way. So it's a Fearless best of 3. So a lot of the heavy hitters taken out behind the shed super early on. Give me a second here. I'm just gonna run a quick ad break. And then we'll go back to the drafting. Hopefully we get into... Okay, so I can just do this. We're going to hit with a small pequeño ad break for you guys, just so you don't get slapped with ads in the middle of the game. So bear with me for this champion select. We'll be right back. Alright. So we're looking on a team like sorry, I thought I had the draft open, my bad. So okay, so it's Naafiri top and Gwen jungle. Okay, that's interesting. I guess you just pivot Naafiri into the lesser worse matchup, or you pivot Gwen out of a potential bad matchup. It's flexible. They're both playable in both roles. It's just Naafiri, a much better ganker and a damage dealer. It's just better to have a champion that, you know, has kind of like a go button pre-6, because Naafiri, I think she just has like I don't know if the rework swapped the W and the E for like what the functions do, but I feel like Naafiri just a lot more mobile, able to get into place a lot easier. But maybe versus Seraphine, since we're looking to probably play bot side, not gonna happen. I wonder if this Singe is gonna be the one like trying to proxy most of the games. So. And because whenever you see it in like solo queue, it's like it tries to proxy the first wave, then you see it maybe once in lane one, your wave gets to the turret, and then when the wave is pushed out, he kind of just does the disappearing father act, and you never really see him ever again. So there's also to note, there's not really much magic damage here on the side of the Basil Tornadoes. Thank you, Desomnia, for the follow. Yone does a bit of mixed damage. Ezreal has a bit of magic damage, but like Singe is the only champion that does like no physical damage compared to what? Compared to how on the side of face keyboard. I'm gonna call them face keyboard because I'm sorry, I'm not pronouncing that, bro. It's way too many letters. I'm just going to call them face keyboard. So apologies to the face keyboard organization. If your name is not face keyboard, maybe, you know, change the team name to something that's castable, because I can't read like 35 different lowercase letters. Not in a simile. Well, But on the side of face keyboard, mixed damage profile, probably going to look to get Kaisa on like the AD style build. Don't think we have much poke to get things set up, and Alistar really the only front line, so we're gonna look to take fights or make plays when his Unbreakable Will is up, because when it is not up, the Cowman is going to be very squishy. Don't think we're going to see much of like the Bruiser Gwen build, and there's no real Bruiser option for Nefiri. Rod of Ages is still one of the best items in the game, so I expect Jackins to go for it, especially in the Yone matchup. Essentially, it's going to struggle early game in lane. But when it comes to team fights, you just grab the Seraphine ultimate or the Ezreal ultimate, and it'll be able to like one-shot people. It's crazy how powerful Sylas gets. But they really did a good job not picking too many amazing things for the Sylas to take. So like there's no Maokai. Sure, there's Seraphine, but there's like no Maokai, no Sejuani, no... and the Alistar's on their side, not the opposite side. So it's really just going to be the Encore, the Fate Sealed, and the True Shot Barrage. Because any other aspect of this draft is Singe. I mean, he gets anti-heal, super regen, moves a little bit faster, and like he gets like an Omni boost in Pokemon. But other than that, that's kind of useless. And the Grand Skyfall or Starfall, a giant ass jump from Pantheon. Shit's so useless because the magic damage is like the wave that crashes in or whatever from like the second part of the hitbox. So that's like, if you're gonna get hit by that, you were already in a position that you're not gonna be able to dodge. So let's just switch over to the in-game overlay. Sorry if it sounds like I'm muddling my words, yeah. So we're going to do our first edition of the Skin Roulette for this game. Now, for those of you that are new, Skin Roulette is when I waffle off all the goated skins. I do not mention vanillas. I actually roast you if you have a vanilla skin on. All right, we got Soul Fighter, Nefiri, Cafe Cuties, Gwen, Project, Sylas, Inferno Alistar, Mad Scientist, Singe, Chosen of the Wolf Pantheon, Star Guardian, Ezreal, and Divine Graceful Phoenix Seraphine. I think. Hello, can I? Yeah, Graceful Phoenix Seraphine. There we go. Sorry, for some reason it just wouldn't load my overlay in game, but it changed my screen, so that was a little, wonky tonky, if you know what I mean. So now that we're in game, we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're all zoomed out. We're all ready to go. So yeah, we've got ourselves 3 teleports. Interesting that Dragons did not take teleport on Sylas. Sylas really good in the later stages of the game for like flanks and stuff like that. And we have, interestingly enough, we've stayed PTA on the Ezreal for Sloop. Yeah, so I've cast the Basil Tornadoes once, and it was a good game, I think, versus I want to say Love It. No, not Love It. Love Me. Yeah, I think they played versus Love Me, but Gab kind of went to town. So. Alrighty.
Minions have spawned.
Looks like a defensive start from both solo laners here on the side of Basil. Looking to get a little bit of priority in the bush, but they are not going to notice that it has been awarded. Defensive wards placed by both Pantheon and Nefiri here. No invasive wards placed by Face Keyboard. And the Abscond of Duck are going to miss. So Jay gets a free Yonq. What is Yonq's name? Give me a second. It's called Mortal Steel. Okay. Because Yasuo is Steel Tempest. Okay, nice. Okay, so I'm just going to say Mortal Steel from now on. Alright. Jackin's looking to take an early fight, the Electrocute, but keep in mind, Yone level 1 is a pretty good champion. Only gets better as the levels go up. Here, Kanak able to get a decent amount of CS and using the little hound for a bit of that bleed damage. Darvo's doing what he can, but remember, Singe isn't exactly the best champion early. Early level 2 for Darvo, though, gonna be pretty useful. Deletix gonna get sent to the Shadow round. Campo gets first blood, and that's the flash heal invested by Seraphine. Now, what normally would be a safe bot lane, Campo beautifully working on that, and that'll allow him to get some pretty tanky resources early. Actually, he's just going for the mobility, get through the Seraphine slows. So, Kanak here, keep in mind, you essentially have infinite dogs. So your dog's dying to poison. Ooh, that's a nice abduct. Abscond to get away from the Q3 Mortal Steel by Yon. JCD was in the vicinity, so if Silas had not dodged, he was probably dead, or at least a flash forced out. Remember, Silas does not have teleports, so ooh, a nice Kingslayer into the engage. We're forcing the ignite, and Jay's using the teleport. Hello? What the? Is this am I watching 9-pack stream? What the hell was that? Okay, well, Jay acknowledges it was a mistake, but hey, we'll just call it the 9-pack Smurf video. So he was recording for 9-pack, you know, the competitive Yon teleport level 2. And here Jay, well, his teleport's down, so his mobility advantage kind of down in the dumps. JCD was looking to get a crab, but Tazan here gonna be able to get it instead. That's a double crab, a nice double beat drop. Now here, Kanak Marquis gonna dodge out of the pile of poop, but ooh, okay, gonna send the doggos over, adding a little bit of bleed to the honey pot. Now Dargo's got to be a little bit careful. He's got no HP, and okay, so the let me just see here. The ultimate is the dash now. Okay, so that was the change. Okay, so Hound's Pursuit is now the ultimate instead of the W. Okay, that's why some players were mad, but I feel like this is better overall for Nefiri. Ooh, Kanag is very low. Oh, okay. W clears aggro, goes up, hits the level 5, but super low. The ghost was invested though earlier by Marquis to blow, but the flash was blown by Marquis by Darvo's ghost. The double time here going in. Deletix might get stunned by the Alistair, and we get a nice Acadian Rain, but Face Keyboard end up being worse for Rare. The flash invested by Nude. Yeah. Yeah. People in the chat recognizing the 9-pack play. Alright. Nefiri back to lane. Double longsword versus Boots Amtome. Okay, we get a nice combo. Deletix still doesn't have flash. Gonna get stunned up, but Nutty might be going down. Singe is gonna teleport, and Nutty is probably for sure dead. Oh. Nutty forces... Oh, okay. Okay, Sloop is gonna take like like 5 business days to get the kill. Ooh, the flash from Jackins, followed by the flash on Jay. But at the end of the day, it is both sums burnt for Jackins. And Jay, with his teleport coming up soon, is happy about that. Though triple dagger, not really the funnest thing to have. So it looks like we are getting the no damage bruiser build here on Silas, but it's Silas. He essentially just takes a mage and becomes a better version of it. So and we've got the AD Kaisa as predicted. I mean, I must be a god tier analyst if I just know everything. But shh, the secret is I watch way too much LCK. Anyways, Deletix and Campo going to middle finger each other. in the river, getting some vision on Dragon and the Tri-Brush respectively. Okay, we're going in here looking to get the stun, but Campo gonna be much worse for wear. However, Sloop gonna get punished by the AD Acathian Rain. Gotta be careful though. That is a stunned up Nude. And that's gonna be the flash from JCD to dodge the pulverize, to dodge the headbutt. Beautiful play. And now Darvo, looking to get happy, goes mad with the cocaine. He's in love with the cocoa. And that's gonna be the flash from Kanak to make sure we get that kill. Beautiful play. Singe proxying. How do you kill someone who's proxying? You just murder his ass. And well, unfortunately, that is the fate of 99.99% of all Singe deaths, is deaths due to random shit. Tazan here, looking to compete, and is going to be able to steal! JCD, 2 levels down! And that's the needlework! And Tazan just going to town on Deletix's booty hole, bro. It ain't even funny at this point. The jungle diff is insane. There's a 30 CSD of 2+ levels. That's kind of crazy. What's delete? What has JCD been up to? This Gwen even went large rod first. Now that is like the biggest balls turbo, like crazy. Deletix here, no summoners, using the killer instincts to make sure we get the kill here on Nute. This Seraphine. Unfortunately, getting turned into a dumpy wumpy. Not gonna get much done. A nice mortal steal to knock up Jackins, but he's pretty beefy. And now Darvo just gonna do what he does. Already has the Swifties. Just looking to run around at the speed of sound. But they risk losing, like, the feats. And the Swifties are so much less good than... Oh... Okay, is JCD gonna be able to get away? Nope. Looks like Darvo's gonna come holla yeet! And that's gonna be a dunk. Singe getting a little bit of replacement money. Would have been nice to get the kill on the Yon. Skills much better than Singe. But a nice little CS lead here for Sloop. Does aggressively Arcane Shift, has to be a little bit careful, and Kanak is able to push that shit in. We're one objective away from the Feats of Monster Slaying here for the side of face keyboard. And so far, game number 1 looking really good here for the side of face keyboard. Silas, about like 300-ish gold away from his Rod of Ages. So when he really starts to pop off at the 1.5 item mark. We lose a dog, but the dogs regenerate basically instantly. So that's going to be Connect Marquee. Just getting a lot of turret pressure. Let's look at the money, no meat. Because of that kill that Darvo was able to get, he was able to close the gap quite a little bit. And surprisingly, now we got a fight here starting. But Jay not looking for too much smoke. Looks like Campo is on vision, just doesn't know about it. But not many gold leads actually. But it looks like it's going to be uncontested 6 grubs to the Silas and Kaisa team. Well, Silas and Gwen team. Those are the 2 characters that can utilize this much better. Clearing out the vision here, Campo and Jackins, just making sure nothing bad can go down. And that's the feats of strengths. And now Darvo looking to get onto Kanak Marquee. Marquee might not be able to get out of it. The poison, but it's going to live by the skin of his teeth. Thankful that he had his tier 2 boots to be able to walk away from that. Very close though. No mana. Almost 100% dead. Forced to recall at his tier 2 to make sure Singe can't just find him. Cancel the recall though. Darvo didn't want to let it go. Darvo's gonna just take a fast recall, I guess. That's a 30-second death timer at 10 minutes. That's pretty huge. All right, so it looks like Ryla is gonna be the first item here. Got the Yuntals for Kais. Oh, what? Okay, so we canceled the Yuntals. We just bought a second BF sword. And we bought Berserker Greaves. Okay, so it looks like we're going, what is this, Storm Surge? No. No, it's Lichbane here on the Gwenny Poo. Keep in mind, I don't know if it's next patch or the patch after that, but we're going to be losing double grubs. I think, because we're only getting a single grub cam. Herald's moving to 15 minutes. And grubs are going to be spawning at 8 minutes instead of like 6. Alright, Kanak tries to get the little pokey onto Darvo, but is going to miss just about everything. Looking to get his Eclipse and then work towards his Shojin. Cambo going to get beaten up by the Lytics just a little bit, but Nute going to get a lot of stuff done. And Tazan is just here. Surprise butt sex. And there's nothing they can do. The Gwen popping the Nas. And that's the needlework to get it done. Tazan with the through the lane gank. And that's going to be probably first turret taken. Well, Pantheon is just casually just taking some CS. Jackins gets hit up once again. And here now, Jay going to be a little low. The flash invested by JCD, making sure to get the kill, and that's going to be another wave. The Knight, and I think they want to get, no, they don't want to take, but there's still a plate. There's still a plate. New Day. Ooh. Okay, well, I mean, beautiful play here by Sloop to capitalize on Nude getting a little greedy. But that's going to be Deletix getting deleted again. And we're going to take the turret, but no one's going to be there for that extra local gold from the plate. It feels like a little bit of a wasted play. I mean, to be fair, Deletix is only worth less than a bag of Selection chips. And now Tazan here, looking to get away. But that Q3 from the Mortal Steel, Gwen is immune, but Pantheon says, "This is Sparta!" As he kicks the door down to the Shadow Isle, saying, fuck this. Alright, well, Kanak Marquis now looking to find Darvo. Gonna miss the second booty jiggle. A nice headbutt pulp over the wall. Kanak Marquis able to connect the little doggos to make sure we get a kill. This Silas is pretty tanky. An encore. Gonna find JCD. And that's gonna make sure that JCD goes down. Surprisingly, was 3-0. Did not have a shutdown. That's a little bit cray. But since we took the bot lane turret, we have put Nude and Campo here in the mid lane. One item across the board finished for everyone except Nude on the side of face keyboard. And we are looking to get some stuff done. Double BF sword means the Acapian Rain does a lot of damage on isolated champion. Oh, that's going to be a double encore into the Fate Seal. The Nute might be dead, but the shields survives through the flash and another nice headbutt. Another nice pulverize. Ooh, Capo gonna get. Ooh, that's a snipe from Sloop from downtown, baby. And this game is just action packed. Let's see what the Otacon has got to say about that. Is there enough action for us in this game, or is it a boring game? If it's a boring game, remember, we get Voracious Otacon. But if it's a Giga Chat game, we got ourselves a Ruinous Otacon. Man, I love that shit. With the new Spirit Blossom map that we're getting pretty soon, by the way, we're going to be some updates. And Tazan here might be in a little bit of danger, takes a little bit of damage, but Gwen is immune. Ladies and gentlemen, able to get the bonus resistances. As Gwen just now finishing her boots and having almost a second item completed. Pantheon should be a little bit rich too. Down 1,000 gold though. But that's mainly because he's almost down 100 CS in the jungle. It's like this Pantheon reminds me of Malrang. What a CS at? This man's just ganking. Oh, Darva go in, popping a Nas, he's throwing in, gets pulverized, looking to find Nude, gets thrown into the turret, the Grand Skyfall goes in, and we are looking to find this Campo! And Sloop's just gonna make a nice McDonald's quarter pounder with Campo's booty. Alright, looks like we're A-ramming now in the mid lane for priority for Herald. And Jay just pushing, ooh, that is a lot of damage, but we're getting close to that IE here on Kai'Sa. Looks like priority been given over to Tizan as we have Jackins and Jay here holding the fort in the bot lane. Looks like Sloop takes a no, doesn't take a recall, cancels it last second. Just looking to get as much CS as he can. Here, Jackins looking to fight Jay. Knows that he's a little bit stronger right now. And the Mortal Steel out of the way into the Fate Seal. We still have the Soul Unbound, and now we're going to get up to Jay. And then the damage is coming through. And JCD just going to be like, this is Sparta, man. Killing off poor Silas. Poor Jackins literally camped all game by Deletix, JCD, even Darvo came to gank his lane. Like, everyone's been in this man's lane. Just let the man breathe for a second. Looks like we got the Manamune here on Ezreal, so we're getting to that big 2-item power spike. You don't want to miss out. The Hound's Pursuit onto Jay. Jay already doesn't have much gas in his ass, and we're going up sky high here. Nefiri just trying to dodge some Mortal Steel procs. Gonna do a barrel roll on Jay's face as they kill him. A nice solo bolo by the top laner, Kanak Marquis. And here Tizan is left alone to defend his turrets. And here Darvo should be able to claim an outer for the side of Basil Tornadoes. Yeah, Jackins isn't going to do much to this Singe, who has a Rylai's, because Silas's gap closer doesn't really work when he's perma-slowed. Okay, we're dropping the Herald in the mid lane, looking to get a charge here. We have 6 grubs. Nute gonna get caught, but gonna use the Herald as a means of escape. But this Kai'Sa might just be dead. A nice pulverize though. Sorry, a nice headbutt onto JCD means that Nute is gonna be just fine. The Killer Instinct is still available. Gonna use it to try and dodge out of the way. And Sloop is gonna magnificently use the Arcade Shift to get away from Capo. It's beautiful. The Leadix is fighting over the wall, but he might get taken down by the bleed, but Tizan is just too strong, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing that they can do to stop this Gwen, and this Nefiri is just rocking out with her cock out. I mean, so would a dog naturally, because they don't wear clothes, right? But hey, Jackins might be in trouble here. He needs to get a good Kingslayer, but he's under the poison, but there's no anti-heal, so Silas is going to be able to just walk away. And unfortunately, the Cinch pick not really adding up to much. The bot lane, the Leadix has kind of just been used as a way to get engaged on. Ruinous Otacon has spawned bots, so I can confirm there's been enough Giga Chadley action in this game. And unfortunately, yeah, this Yone, Jay's been very lackluster on the Yone. The Pantheon and the Ezreal are trying, but you're fighting a losing, scaling battle. The Silas becomes a monster, and Nefiri is just not a balanced champion. Gwen, well, she is immune to all your debuffs. Campo here, looking to find JCD. JCD gonna find him with a spear shot, and we're gonna get a mystic shot, but Nude is gonna dodge out of the way. Teleport being channeled here by Darvo. We're looking to get a fight set up. Nice stun here onto Nude. Replies with the Acanthian Rain, and the Nos has been popped by Darvo. He's looking to get in. We got the honeypot, but we burned the Cinch ultimate for nothing. And Campo might be in a bit of trouble. Gets a nice headbutt pull, but an encore here. Gotta find Campo. The House Pursuit into the backline, and the Fury is going to tell the Fate Seal to try and buy some time, but there is so much damage. The Revenge Fate Seal from the Silas is gonna be enough, but Nute just gonna get taken down, and the players are getting slowly killed off. However, Jackins is healing like a crazy madman. Tizan is trying to make things happen over the wall, and Jay is going to be able to get stuff down. Nefiri's going to be able to save Tizan, and that's a double. That's a triple kill for Tizan. That's crazy. Face keyboard really just scaling to infinity and beyond. I thought it was Jover with that countered Fate Sealed. But then you get the beautiful damage from Sloop and Jay just trying to battle it out. But this Nefiri and Gwen, they're so fat. Bro, you'd think they were Lizzo before the Slim Mark, because they got so much money it ain't even funny at the end of the day. That's a 2-item Singe. It's not gonna be an almost 3. That's a 3-item Gwen, guys. That's a 3-item Gwen Pantheon, barely on 2 items, down almost 3,000 gold. That's a little bit of the cray if you know what I mean. Now we got 3 items on the Nefiri, who's also up almost 3,000 gold. It's a lot. Did we use the Kaisa W to get a CS, I think? I'm not too sure what that was, but Campbell here looking for JCD, looking to get pressure on this red buff. And here, now, Nude, not going to be able, ooh, force the flash over the wall, and that's a lot, ooh. Nude, force the flash, force the killer instinct, but just going to get taken down instead. Alistair kind of throwing Kaisa a bone. Unfortunately, not working out the way they wanted to. They really need to fight with Tazan and Marquis, as that's like the fat stacks. Alright. Marquis gonna recall the hounds here, and we're gonna look to get something done. Ooh, Jackins here looking to take a fight with Jay, but Jay is Yon, and he's getting Yon stuff done. Doesn't have enough damage to finish off Jackins, but it is enough damage to just push him off. Looks like the Rabadon's Death Cap looks to be the next item here for this Gwen, and when she does, that needlework is really going to start shredding for people. There's no magic resist on anyone in the team. So Kanag Marquis gonna dodge around. We're getting the teleport in from Jay, and Tazan might just be dead here. That's a huge shutdown going over to Jay, and Kanag ooh, everyone gets hit. That's a nice double beat drop, and that's gonna be enough to find something. We're looking, getting the root on the Alistair, the Grand Skyfall to find the Kaisa, and now Jackins might be sent to the Shadow Realm. But he's gonna take the Leadix with him first, and unfortunately Jackins does not have enough power to fight off the Ezreal and the Sion. So that is the Basil Tornadoes showing a bit of a sign of life. I think just much overcommitment from the side of Face Keyboard. The Gwen really overgreeded for who? Deletix or Darvo? Like, they're not worth any money. And you give a fat-ass shutdown to this Yon, who has now 2,000 gold. So he's going to finish his first crit item, and now start working on maybe his Infinity Edge. So that shield bow going to be helpful. Plus, they get a Dragon Bounty. Plus, they get a Turret Bounty. And they cleanly kill everyone else without losing too many members. So you lose the Seraphine, but Seraphine was 1/8, so she wasn't worth any money anyways. And here we go. Yon picking up that Immortal Shield Bow and 2 components of his Infinity Edge. So just looking to get stuff done. But that's the Rabadon's done here for Gwen. The Riftmaker done for Silas. Now we're going Leandries. Interesting. And the Fury has upgraded to the Ionian Victory Boots, so she can get that movement speed when she's running people down. Swift March has been picked up by Alistar. The change for these is interesting. It gives you adaptive force equal to a percentage of your movement speed, so I feel like it'll make some champions really busted. And here the honeypot goes in, but a nice headbutt pulverize to try and buy some time. Campo is going to get taken down though, and that's a fate sealed onto no one. Kanag Marquis is able to get away. Tazan and Darbo doing a lot of damage, and that's just gonna be Sloop finding a target. And that's a double kill. Kanag Marquis though able to get in, maybe able to find Sloop. The Hound's pursued onto Sloop, and that's gonna be enough. Now Jay might be in trouble to reset this. She's a reset champion, but JCD is gonna have enough, and is gonna put Old Yeller down behind the shed. However, Jackins here able to get an inhibitor turret. Maybe the recalls are coming in. Yeah, that is gonna be an inhibitor turret taken, but It looks like he's just gonna be able to win. Pantheon. Oh, why are we Pantheon ultimating right next door? Now we might actually be in trouble. And now, yeah, Jackson should be able to get over the wall. Campbell looking to try, but force the flash here. And now Jay's gonna get caught out. But that's going to be enough damage, and Jackin's just going to get taken down. I think if you had the ability to channel the ultimate, of course you should channel it a little bit further. You channeled it in view of Pantheon. That's a little bit disrespectful here from the side of Face Keyboard. Now Marquis, Nuda, and Campo pushing the wave up, knowing that there's no inhibitor turret. But Marquis going to get caught, going to use the W to get out of Hound's Pursuit range. And that's a double encore. Tazan is found, but that needlework putting in so much work, and this is crazy. And that's a double snip. Connect Marquis able to kill off the Yone. Things going really well here for the side of Face Keyboard, and it looks like that might just be the end of game number 1. I mean, there's the Lidix and Darvo, but we got 6 grubs. Yeah, we got Gwen, bro. Look, she's doing 900 million damage to turrets every auto attack. Snip. Cut that butter, put it in the bowl. They just have to auto attack the Nexus, and Darvo's gonna go down like a fresh pat of butter on a hot summer's day. That's Face Keyboard taking game number 1 in this best of 3 for your EDM match between Face Keyboard versus the Basil Tornado. As always, apologies if the org's name is not Face Keyboard, but I can't pronounce those 30 letters. VVVCCCM robot speak. I can't do that. I'm sorry. All right, here we go. Waiting on the invite here for game number 2. Let's get them Pokey Tunes back up and running for you guys. All right. Do. Just gonna wait for the invite code. Shouldn't be too long. So how do we feel about game number 1? I felt like it was kind of close, but Face Keyboard just kind of felt in control throughout like the entirety of the game. Give or take 1 or 2 bad team fights from them, but at the end of the day, they just kind of smacked them around with their wallet, and there was just nothing you could do. You know, when you're so much poorer than your opponent, you kind of just die, bro. That's... Unless you're a fanatic and you find a way to throw 13,000 gold leads, like 13k gold leads, then you should never lose in the instance. Right, unless there's like a lucky Elder steal and then like Smolder gets a 5-man instant execute on your team. I don't think you should ever lose when you're so far ahead. The Singe felt a little interesting. It was cool as a way to like find engage, but they're just traditional engage methods that could have probably just done better into Neferi, because the Singe kind of, I don't know, it had some close calls with the with Connect Marquis early, even like forcing him off and stuff. Yeah. Oh, is it just the same code? Oh, okay, it's the same code. Okay. Yep. There we go. Alright, bam. I'll just close this. Alright, so this was our game 1 draft. Reminder that for the game 2 draft, It is fearless, so everything you have seen on the screen, not here at the bottom, bans do not count towards fearless progression, but the 10 played champions will not be playable this this game number 2. So as much as we would love to see more Nefiri gameplay, unfortunately, we will not. Jesus Christ. Alright, looks like we got Basil Tornadoes on blue side for this game number 2. They want to maybe get a little bit of a better early round draft pick. We'll see what they get off to, because I felt like Basil's team comp, while it was like cool, didn't really have the Wombo synergy. You ban all the engaged champions, but you're drafting Yon Pantheon. Also, you early pick Singed. Okay, here we go. The bans are rapid firing. Mel, Camille, Zyra. We're going to see the Wukong ban, and we're going to see the Caitlyn ban. And Thresh. Okay, Basil Tornadoes just throwing bans at the wall, see what sticks. I think Face Keyboard are going to stick with the first 3 that they had, which was Zyra, Wukong, Caitlyn. We'll have to see. Alright, looks like Maokai, we need a strong jungle. Not that Pantheon isn't good or anything, but it was down 2 levels, almost 100 CS gap, and while it felt like it made some good plays, it was so far behind, it just wasn't even funny at the end of the day. But that means the Varus is left open, and we're going to pick the Lilia here for Tazan. So, Tazan versus JCD. It's going to be strong side versus weak side once again. Varus, though, I'm interested in seeing if it's going to be more like lethality style or more on hit style, but given that it's Victor, maybe it's just going to be poke, because Victor makes it really hard for 80 carries to be on hit. But pairs really well, and one of the worst matchups for Victor is Silas, and it's off the table. So maybe we get the redemption game that pushes us to Silver Scrapes. Alright, ooh. Holy shit, that was an instant Aurelia pick. Okay, so maybe Jackins has something in mind, because Aurelia's like close to like the one trick territory of things. So if you're not like really confident on Aurelia, it can look really bad. But that's going to be Jhin versus Varus in the bot lane. Always an interesting matchup. Percent damage versus massive AD. Who's gonna come out on top? But it looks like we're going to keep Rel off the table. Probably looking to ban Rakan as well, seeing that Alistair is already off the table. And Sion and Malphite going to be banned here from the side of Face Keyboard. But I mean, if you draft Sion with the team that Face Keyboard has, you're going to be... I guess Sion and Malphite are just great tank options, right? So I guess they want to keep them off. But I mean, Ornn is still available. Cassante still hella playable. Braum this time going to be banned in lieu of Rakan. Maybe trying to bait the Rakan pick so we can get the Renata pick, because Renata with Jhin really damn good. That attack speed steroid from the bailout gives him so much AD. So let's see if Face Keyboard are going to fall for the bait that the Basil Tornadoes have thrown. Nope, looks like they're just going to secure themselves Nautilus. I mean, Renata really good at the Nautilus too. And I think you have enough ways to start team fights. Lowy? Question mark? I mean, you're blind picking the top laner, that's for sure, but Alawi? Really? Maybe Darvo doesn't play anything traditional? Because Singe Alawi is like, ugh. Alright, well, good luck to Darvo. Whatever he lanes against. Alawi, known as, oh, the Elise. The Elise try and assassinate the Varus early, but that's a really squishy bot lane. You know, one nice dredge line, and it's just Jover. So we'll have to see if the Basil Tornadoes are able to play this bot lane a little bit better, because they kind of got slapped around, and that's going to be Fiora into Alawi for the matchup. Alright, so let's talk about the draft a little bit. When we get into the champion select, I'll throw an ad break. But here, looking at it, the only ways that Face Keyboard are able to start team fights are a nice Vanguard's Edge from Aurelia. But if you're gonna get caught out by an Aurelia point blank melee range, I mean, he kind of deserves to get caught out. The Nautilus hook and like a stray Varus arrow. While Basil does have the Maokai ultimate, that kind of like situates stuff, and they have the Elise Cocoon. So, not much to start fights, just a lot of useful and good, a lot of good ways to continue a team fight once it's already started. This top lane matchup, very interesting though. You rarely see Alawi into Fiora or Fiora into Alawi. I mean, it's just, I don't know, personally, in like the 2000 top lane games that I've played, I've never seen this matchup once. Maybe it's because you parry the I'm gonna touch you, or the, what is it, the strength of spirit, the test of spirit, that thing where she Morgana ults you and then starts beating the shit out of you. I guess is that how you win trades? You dodge, you stop the E, and yeah, okay, I guess I don't know, but that's like the only interaction. Wait, you can't parry the Alawi ult because it's not base damage itself. It's not an ability that can be blocked. Okay, so yeah, it's really just about who's going to be able to block the Alawi E. Like, how many Alawi E's is Fiora going to be able to dodge and or parry to be able to take good vital trades? Maybe we're going to see double grasp. And yeah, so definitely gonna be an interesting matchup. Aurelia versus Victor. I guess Victor's just gonna have to be careful when Aurelia has full passive stacks, because she's gonna be able to do a lot of damage. Also get access to really good wave clear for little to no mana. I expect Tazan to take an early jungle lead like he did against Pantheon last game. This time in an even stronger matchup. I don't know if the patch is live for the boots, but if the Swifties, if the percentage adaptive force on the Swifties is live, then Lilia is an insanely good pick. Also maybe Hecarim too, for the AD side of things. Yeah, Varus Nautilus versus Jhin Elise. Jhin Elise, not the most likely pairing. I mean, you're looking to get a deadly flourish off a volatile spiraling into Cocoon. Like, that's how you're looking to take trades with this bot lane on the side of Tornado. Though if they get behind, or at least starts to int like Deletix, if Deletix starts running it as much as he did last game, at least when behind is so useless. Because she needs Magic Pen and AP to feel useful, and support. Gold is hella limited, so when you see Elise support be super successful in pro play, it's because the Elise had an amazing early game, and like she's at an item and a half to 2 items, while the enemy support still has components. You know, it's important for the Elise to get a lot of money early, and Jhin not the best AD carry to just say fuck it, we ball. Maybe Draven would have been good, but Varus traditionally an amazing answer into Draven. So yeah. Other than that, I feel like this game might be bloodier than the last one because these are all short range characters, and you know, I feel like this time grubs are not going to go completely uncontested because you give 6 grubs, 2 dragons to Gwen, plus you just give feats over to a Gwen for free and you don't even try contesting any objective. It's just like, at some point, sure, you're playing like a net neutral matchup, but then when you press tab and you're down like 2,000 gold or like 3 levels, you kind of have to start asking yourself some questions. Like, if you're gonna pick the Pantheon right into the Gwen or whatever, maybe they didn't know. Maybe they thought the Pantheon was going against the Fury, and I think that's a better matchup because Gwen kind of just doesn't care about Pantheon. I feel like Pantheon's a champion where you have to be a little bit proactive on, so I'd love to see JCD do more than just gank. He needs to keep his farm up, but he also needs to be present for objectives. So, because if you just go over all objectives and you lose the feats of warfare feat like within like the first 4 minutes of the game, like that's just kind of insane, you know. Like, but I don't think we might see a voracious Otacon unless there's a lot of fighting for the grubs. Because remember, I believe Otacon chooses what it wants from 14 minutes. And thank you, Darvo, for the follow. Much appreciated, my man. A reminder to all those new to the IDM, well, new to watching me cast the IDM League, all my VODs are the following day at 10 a.m. So if you're not here for the entire stream, it's perfectly fine. You can just tune in to the Fallen Sanctum on YouTube. I think Nightbot's got my back. Okay. I don't know what that Discord/Twitter link is. Oh, okay, yeah. You click the YouTube link if you want to see all my casts and all future VODs or whatever. The first 2 links, I cannot promise your safety. I think actually no, I think my Discord is fine. Yeah, my Discord's fine. My Twitter's not safe for work. So if you click on it at your own risk, you know, whatever, yeet, yacht, and it is what it is. But that YouTube channel link, for those interested, hit that subscribe button. We're rocking towards 1,000 subscribers. Let me just get back into the in-game thing. We're going to slap a 3-minute ad. And yeah. So thank you, Gonorax, for the follow. Always appreciated, my mans. All right. Alright, got about 2 minutes left on the it's just refreshing. This, I'll pull this back up. Alright. Now, oh, okay, so it's the Lytics on Maokai Jungle. Okay, so we put JCD on Elise to try and compete with the Lilia, because if you put the Maokai in the jungle, it just feels like you give up all the pressure, and Jhin Maokai makes more sense than Jhin Elise, I'll be honest, be 100%. Another flex swap last minute here. Game 1, the flex swap was from the side of his keyboard. Game 2, the swap is from the side of Basil Tornadoes. So, now Jin Maokai, much cleaner, easier to land W's, easier to take fights against the Varus. Keep in mind though, the longer Varus is in a team fight, if he's on hit, the more dangerous he gets. Keep in mind that his mana is the only thing Varus cares about. Because if you get hit with a triple blight proc and he's got Triumph, bro, he doesn't care about his HP. He's just going to heal it back up. So, definitely going to be a more action-packed bot lane. And I feel that with the Elise now in the jungle and JCD is the one playing it, we saw his style of play in game number 1. Super gank heavy. Made Jackins' life a living hell. And if Victor gets going, unlike, well, I mean, Yone being fed, Victor being fed, both phenomenally scary champions. Let me just turn the lights on so y'all can see my ugly ass face. La bam bam booey! There you go. No casting outfit tonight. It's warm enough in my damn room, and apologies, but la balls. So we'll have to see, because there's a lot of magic damage here on the side for the Basil Tornadoes. So Murtrez probably gonna be besto friendos of both Aurelia and maybe Fiora. So we'll have to see if Darvo is able to play a bit more of an actual laning phase, because he was kind of just proxying on the Singe, which I don't blame him. It's kind of what you have to do on Singe, but Singe is like just not really a good champion right now. But we'll see if this spicy top lane pool is enough to get us a game number 3. Because keep in mind, match point right now for Face Keyboard. That means if they win this game, it doesn't matter. The stream's over. Alright. Let's mute. Let's swap on over. Don't worry, you're not missing anything. It's just 10 seconds of the timer that you're not going to see. But we're just switching in the overlay to get ready for that skin roulette, ladies and gentlemen. Not that I mind an impromptu cast. This is actually kind of fun. It's fun to just randomly get asked, yo, can you come cast like right this instant? And I don't know, it makes me feel like a little bit more important. Thank you, Harugi. Come on. What? I blinked and it was gone. Hello? Okay, well, sorry, no skin roulette. I didn't even see the skin roulette. Alright, so we got ourselves 4 teleports. Oh, no, this time... Oh, okay, so they player swapped. They put Kanak. Wait. So they put Marquis in the mid lane. They put Nute, who's the 80 carry, top. And they put the mid lane or bot lane. What the Jamba Juice? Okay. Okay. Interesting. Maybe Marquis didn't really have anything that played well into Alawi, and maybe Jackins. I mean, Jackins didn't have a poor mid lane performance. He was just, you know, there was like 19 people in his lane. So can you really blame him at the end of the day? I don't really know.
Minions have spawned.
Okay, we're gonna try something this game. I'm gonna have my mouse on the camera, and we're gonna try and get more dynamic impact, especially for team fights. When there's like a team fight that starts somewhere, but it's like just showing us people like farming minions. We're gonna have to see if the Leadix goes the AP route. I hope not. I do want to see the Locket on Maokai more than the Leandris, because if it goes Leandris, then he's not gonna have a lot of access. Looks like Kanak here taking a beating early on. It is grass versus PTA. Nute does have an advantage though if Darvo ever gets too low. Does have the ignite, looking to get stuff done. And Darvo taking a little bit of a beating, but oof. Kanak here taking some return fire here in the mid lane. Alright, The Lytics and Sloop just doing their best to farm up. New Day does have the ignites, is going to look for a play. Hits that level 2 first. Okay, the flash forced out. Okay. Jay getting some good damage in. Okay, that's a nice root onto the Lytics. Oof, but we're gonna miss. Oh, we did not have the Blight ability unlocked yet. Okay. Explains why the Maokai lived, but also the Maokai kind of just dodged out of the way. Okay, that's New Day just taking first blood. That was a pretty clean first blood. Okay, that's going to be a teleport channeled by Alawi with just a cloth armor. Nothing really to work for it, so this has been a pretty bloody game, at least at the top side. A lot more action than anticipated. And here now Kanak looking to get a Vanguard's Edge, but just gonna walk away and realize it's just not worth it. The Lytics is almost out of mana, which is dangerous on Maokai when you're out of mana because it becomes kind of useless. Okay, gets hooked by another dredge line. And now Campo gonna take a turret shot. Now gets exhausted, forced to flash, but... And that's gonna be... Ooh, that's gonna be Jay killing Kanak in the mid lane, and Jaggins looking to get his revenge. And that's gonna be a 1-for-1 in the bot lane. But Tizan here looking to get something done, but unfortunately Maokai uses the legendary Korean technique called the walking strat. Jay is going the Rod of Ages build, and against Aurelia, who does just so much damage, building HP is kind of good if you can find a way to deal damage to her. Okay. Yeah, the Tesla Spear not going to connect here. And Nute just kind of taking a beating here under his own turret. Okay, the slow going to come out here. And Darvo looking to get something done. The Vanguard's Edge is going to come out, but the Gravity Absorption Field going to do a good job at making it hard. Now Marquis looking to get away from this Elise. And the volatile spiraling is going to be enough. Ooh, but JCD is just going to get killed by a bowling ball. Ooh, turret shot in response though. So that's going to be a nice kill onto this Aurelia. And Aurelia, while she has the possibility of being a super powerful champion, can turn into a little bit of a Yasuo if she just is permanently set behind. And Jay so far looking clean. JCD also really happy that he did not give this Aurelia a kill. That's going to be Campo almost stuck on the turret. JCD looking, and Campo does not have flash. And that's going to be a Jin balle dans ta tête. Courtesy of the Delirious Hounds. So we got a triple longsword start here for Fiora. And Elise picking up a lot of momentum. 1-1-1 already. But JCD, just like before, a little bit behind in CS. On a few camps. Jay has the level 6. The stun may be available here for Kanak Marquis. Looking to get a Vanguard's Edge. But the gravity field gonna scare Aurelia away. And now we've got the Arcane Storm. And it's gonna be enough, and Kanak Marquis just gonna go down to the pound. And that's the grand challenge being issued by Fiora. The Ignite was not enough though, but blue team here looking to get on to Tizan. The little Spiderling is gonna be killed off though in exchange. Ooh, that's a nice amount of damage. Remember when you are linked to Alawi, she does heal for a percentage of damage. She does. So this is why tanks are a bad idea to Alawi, because she uses you like a health pack. Jay, though, with the Catalyst of the Eons already, looking to get another nice Death Ray. Clear that wave, push in, make sure Aurelia doesn't really get much done. Here, Sloop is going to take a little bit of damage. We're going to Collector route, so hopefully we do not see the Mosquito build. Mosquito build would be pretty terrifying. Jay gonna dodge the Vanguard's Edge. And Kanak here, trying his best to keep up in CS. Aurelia really good at just farming. Because Blade Surge, if kills minion, does refund cooldown, and it's basically an instant cooldown refund. It's like Fizz W, but much more useful. Deletix might be in a little bit of danger, but we're looking to get on Deletix. We're not going to be able to. A nice flower petal here by, ooh, that's a Test of Spirit. That's going to be defended. Oof, wow, Nute getting taken really low. About to have the Grand Challenge off cooldown though, but JCD is top lane, looking to get something done. And that's the Grand Challenge that's been issued, and Darvo able to just flash away, making sure that he should be fine. And keep in mind, Fiora, no teleport. So Fiora loses a lot of XP here. And now we've got the Vamp Scepter added to the triple longsword build. So that's going to be Tazan and Campo just taking this dragon. And Grubs were interrupted, so this is going to be the first objective for the feats of monster slaying. Though JCD still down in CS. However, Victor about to finish his Rod of Ages. It's like, that's really huge for Victor. Teleport is off cooldown. Kanak just made it back to lane and now has a pickaxe with the Vamp Scepter. So we are going Blade of the Ruined King as the first item. It feels like it's always Aurelia's like just natural choice. A nice stun here into the ultimate, forcing the flash, but the gravity field into the arcane storm just gonna be good enough. Campo looking to get ooh, okay, does end up taking a turret shot for that, but that's a we got now a Bramble here to give Fiora a little bit more pain in the lane. Not gonna be able to just fully heal up as she wishes. Nautilus is gonna be able to get away from Sloop, and that is a cocoon that is gonna miss, forcing the lunge from Fiora. And now with Grub spawning in 20 seconds, we're looking to get that 4 Grub mark. Would be very helpful for champions like Alawi. Okay. And that's Fiora just dying. Yeah, that's an Alawi one trick. 54 mastery on this champion. You must really like playing this damn champion if you have 54 level 54 mastery. And it looks like with the kill top we're gonna get priority, but now Sloop might be in a little bit of danger. We got the Nautilus ult, and the cleanse on the cleanse on the Varus ultimate gonna be big. But Sloop just gonna get taken down, and now Jaggins here might be in a bit of trouble, but Darvo is very low, has no ultimate. We're using the Test of Spirit. Okay, Darvo gonna be taken really low. And unfortunately, that's gonna be Tazan not melting because we don't have Scorch. Now Jackins might be dead here though. And that's Sloop picking up the kill. JCD holding the fort against Fiora. And that's gonna be Jay teleporting back up to the mid lane. Still no Rod of Ages, but that's Lilia with a completed item. I'm gonna dodge out of the way the Aurelia W. And make sure not to take too much damage. But that's the Aurelia ultimate versus the Arcane Storm. Oh, and we're going to be able to just get away. A nice play here by Kanak Marquis. Getting onto Jay. But now that Rod of Ages is finished, we're looking happy about that. Dragon going to be spawning in about a minute 30. We'll see what we get done with that. I think we are going Black Cleaver first on Alawi. And Fiora looks to be going Ravenous Hydra. So we'll have to see what we get done. Okay, Grand Challenge has been issued by Fiora. And Nute, though, in a bit of trouble. But that's Tizan just able to take that kill. Nice shutdown given over to Tizan. Nute might be able to get a Demolish proc. So that should at least be one turret plate for him. Dragons might be picking one up. Allowing no teleport right now, so that's going to be a big wave of minions lost. JCD finishes boots and his Leandri, so he's looking happy about that. Looks like Lethality Varus is the way to go. We are almost done with our Yomo's Ghostblade, and we're taking a recall here from Nute. That should be Ravenous. That is Ravenous finish. Nature's Grass has been channeled, but Sloop might be in a bit of trouble. Campo almost gets out of the way, but JCD on this Elise does a lot of damage. And now Jay gonna dodge out of the Aurelia stun just to fire back. The current call was summoned, but it was canceled. And that's JCD on a pretty big momentum spree. And Aurelia getting back in. Here, Tizan, does Tizan have enough damage? No, and that's Elise getting a beautiful shutdown on the Lilia. Okay, this Elise, when I say Elise needs money to pop off, this is the kind of funny Jeff Bezos green Monopoly dollar bills I'm talking about. You know, she got them 5 hundos, you know? Because now, this Elise, recall, once she recalls, she's going to have another 2,000 gold. That's another needlessly large rod and probably working towards that Shadow Flame. She's going to be doing so much damage, it's not even funny at this point. And Aurelia kind of surviving the Victor laning phase, and now just straight up just winning trades. Here, Darvo forced to flash. Marquis might be in a bit of trouble. And that's the Leadix taking the kill. I honestly, I would have let, JCD take the kill because the turret was already gonna go down. Anyways, thanks to the double grub. And Darvo here gonna get his recall interrupted. And there is no Ignite, no Grand Challenge, so it doesn't have to feel too friend. Has the Alawi ult as well, so he's able to get stuff done. Okay. Lilia doing a lot of damage. That's the Nature's Grass summoned up. And Varus trying to fire off, but gets exhausted. And now might be in a little bit of danger. But Kanak Marquis looking to get something. The 4-shot from Jin going to be enough to take out Jackins. And this is Marquis fully stacked. And Jay might be in a little bit of trouble. But maybe the movement speed is going to be enough. It looks like the ultimate is going to get dodged out of the way. Sorry, the stun is going to get dodged out of the way. But a nice flash, hook, and another Blade Surge to get things done. Tizan is looking to punish Darvo, but just going to be counter jungling instead. This next objective might be important because first turret went over here to the side of face keyboard. So first of 3 objectives. So far it's 1-to-1 in objectives. We've got the Black Cleaver now for Alawi. So she's looking to get stuff done. Varus has his Yomus almost on the infinity edge here for Jin. Got the Locket on Maokai. Proud to see that. I really hate seeing Leandri's Maokai support jungle. I feel like it's just complete dog shit. JCD looking for a pick on Marquis. That Deadly Flourish is going to not connect. Kanak is dodging up. But now Marquis might be in a bit of trouble. The challenge has been issued. And we're going to trade the Leadix. Yeah, we're going to trade the Leadix for nothing. And Darvo is going to get assassinated by the duo of Tazan and Nute. Looks like this dragon coming up is available. Jay is just looking to farm versus this Varus. The Yomu's Ghostblade spotted, Varus having spotted Elise trying to get stuff done. Not gonna be able to. The Spiderlings drawing turret aggro before Elise. And now we're gonna look at maybe being 2-1 in objectives if this dragon goes down. Elise, because she does percent health damage and has Leandru's really good at doing objectives, plus her Spiderlings do insane proc damage. So that is what we're looking for. So that's going to be the second objective taken here for JCD and the crew over at the Basil Tornadoes. And Phase Keyboard with this Rift Herald should be able to secure their second objective. So it's going to be 2-2 in objectives here. So this next objective fight, we've got Dragon in 5 minutes, Otacon in 2, and Baron in 7. So those are the things that'll probably just determine the game. Hullbreaker finish. We've got the Nature's Grass proc here, and Campo tries to get out of the way, but just gonna be taken to the pound. And JCD in a bit of an awkward situation, can't really get away, and that's Jackins able to get a clean kill on JCD. But that's a 2-item Elise. She does hurt. Lilia about to finish. I think her Grand Challenge has been issued once again, but the Alawi ult is enough. And now Jay might be in a bit of trouble. Okay. Darvo might just be able to take this turret though. Never mind, no mana, and yeah, that's a beautiful parry into a lunge by Nute. Forced to invest his flash though, because he knew Alawi didn't have flash from the previous pick that they had found on her. And yeah. Is Victor a little bit behind CS wise? Kanak Marquis kinda having his way with whoever he tends to lane against. And Tazan here now at the 2-item mark is pretty comfortable. Otacon spawning top lane. Pretty sure it's 33 kill game. Pretty sure we're getting a Ruinous Otacon in the top lane. And Nute here gonna get both turrets. That's a lot of cash injection here for Nute. Okay, that's a Triforce finished and the boots, so now this Fiora is up to par. And this Ruinous Otacon, we've got an Ocean Soul, so this could be big for both teams because these fights are long. Unfortunately, Kanak with one item has like 5 billion HP. Crazy balancing system, right? And that's gonna be sleepy time for Alawi, but she popped the Nosbun on the ultimate. And let's see, Nute summons the Grand Challenge, and now Fiora is not in danger anymore. The Nature's Grass is gonna be summoned, but it's just gonna find the Celestial opposition from Campo. And that's the tier 2 bot lane taken. And JCD might be in a bit of trouble. Nice wombo combo by Jackins and Combo. The Ignite to guarantee we get the kill. And Lilia can solo this Otacon. So I just have to be a little bit careful dodging the mechanics. I think Fiora might have to go up to help, but that's gonna be the inner turret ring. Yeah, Nute had to come up. And yep, that's gonna be the feats going over here to the side of face keyboard. And they're looking good. 8,000 plus gold lead. Basil Tornadoes, unfortunately, this Alawi not really working out. This Elise has put in a lot of work, but our solo lanes are kind of just useless right now. And yeah, this Aurelia gets more obnoxious as the game goes. And now she has her second health item, has tenacity, and basically, unless you kill her early on, she's just gonna out-sustain you. Out-sustain, out-damage, and if she gets like a Wit's End, there's not gonna be many people outside of maybe Jhin that can do damage to this Aurelia, and I don't think Jhin wants to be in almost melee range of Aurelia, because Kanak's almost level 16, Nute's almost level 16, the solo laners here, the Grand Challenge has been issued. And yeah, Nute is just too fed at this point. Doesn't matter if you hold the wall versus the Grand Challenge. The Vitals just do so much. Campo gonna get caught out here though. But do we have enough damage to fire back? Campo able to just walk away. And now Jackins is pulling the trigger. Kind of just murdering people. JCD dodging that bowling ball. But things are not looking good here for the side of the Basil Tornadoes. And that's Nute just... Okay, we almost... we're almost able to kill off JCD with Nute, but unfortunately for the Basil Tornadoes, Jhin is able to go Baba Booey. And now working on his third item. The Jhin's not necessarily far behind, but he doesn't have the damage he would need to carry this game right now. Behind on his enemy laner. No, actually, just about even with Jackins. But just the fact that there's so much like insta-kill CC. There's the Nautilus ult. There's the Lily Asleep, there's the Vanguard's Edge, there's the Chains of Corruption here for poor Sloop. There's not much that he's able to do. Had a pretty good Ezreal game last game, but unfortunately the same problems applied. There was just too much instant damage. You get burst down so fast. If you're almost on 3 items, Alawi's still working on her like yard sale build, because she's got part of the Grand Challenge has been issued on JCD, and we're looking to get out. And yeah, that's just gonna be the Grand Challenge. Marking another victim. I think Nute is confident that he can take this fight. That's a decent chunk of damage. Unfortunately, hitting the wave while under the anti-heal spell. A little bit unfortunate. Let's go Darvo. My man, we must be an NA fan because we got some of that copium. But it's not completely over for Basil Tornado yet. I mean, Victor, really powerful late game, but he's gonna need teammates that pull a little bit more work. Nature's Grasp just use for fun at this point. We've upgraded to the what are these, chainless crushers, and now we're going in. Kanak Marquis gonna force the flash, but just gonna get taken out. But I mean, it's barren for the Aurelia. So Aurelia now almost on 4 items, technically 4.5 items if you count the boots, because those boots are worth 2,000 gold, so pretty expensive. They do kind of mitigate a lot of the Elise bursts. And yeah. Elise trying to get, I think this is Storm Surge here for Elise. Really just trying to get more of that instant burst combo. The Zhonya's almost finished here for Tizan. And we've got a Death Stance now for Nute. So they're looking clean on that aspect. And Nute just Hey, Iceborne Gauntlet was the item finish here for Darvo, but you see like 2 vital procs and he's down to 50% HP. That damage is insane. Now JCD looking to get in, and we're trying to get in on Jackins, but the rest of the team is just here. And the Arcane Storm without a master doesn't have anywhere to go, and it just feels like it's gonna be over. Tazan here looking to cut, get that wood cutting XP out of Deletix. And that's gonna be Nute, Campo, and Marquis just eviscerating. That's a clean 2-0 by Face Keyboard. Annihilating the Basil Tornadoes in IDM, I believe week 4. I have it. I have the proper team name typed out, but when you hear Face Keyboard, you see the name of the team. You'll understand what I mean. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching the live stream. Y'all Giga Chads like always, and we'll see you in the next one. Shout outs to Haruki for hooking me up with this cast. I didn't even know this game was going on. But yeah, if ever you want to see more of my casts, or you'd like to book one of my casts, you can just DM me on Discord, the Fallen Sanctum on Discord, or you can just send me, leave me a comment on YouTube on one of the videos, and we can get stuff going. As always, remember, if you enjoyed what you saw, please drop a follow either here on Twitch or on YouTube. Both help. YouTube is a little bit more important because we're trying to monetize the channel, but you never want to miss out any of these casts. Just pay attention to when you see me post in one of these many Discords. I believe there's auto notifications in the DME Discord, the Deathmark Esport Discord, whenever I go live. I don't know if any other Discords have the bot, but Jodas is always advertising my stream always. So thank you guys for watching. The VOD will be up tomorrow at 10 in the morning. For those interested, maybe I can schedule it for like 6 in the morning if you are some real early birds and you want to get in on the fun times. But outside of that, thank you for watching the stream, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Ciao, bye.